So just talking about the Instagram training real quick before Salita gets started. It is going to be, I'm going to call it rigorous because that's the teacher in me, but it is going to be something with that you need to really plug into. It's kind of like when you say, I'm going to do the getting started right training, or I'm going to do the push training or something like that. Like if you're going to go in halfway, don't go in because you're not ready. But when you're in it, really do it. And it's really simple stuff, and you just have to set it all up and then start doing it from here on out. And you'll see a big difference. You guys, just in this month alone, I think I've gained close to 200 something followers, and it's all been organic. It has not been using Instagram or I don't know. They had some apps out. I've never used Instagram. So all my followers are organic followers, but, they had apps out where like it would follow people for you. So then they would follow you back, and it ended up being like a lot of robots following you, not a lot of real people. That's not what we are training you to do. We are not training you to get likes and to get followers. We're not about numbers. We're about connections. And so that's what this training is really focusing on. So join it if you're not in it, but make sure that you're in it to win it. Don't just be in there, a fly on the wall. There's going to be an action step every day. And most days there's going to be 2 times a day, morning and evening. So I think we give you like a catch-up day somewhere in there. But all right. If anybody wants to start off with a shout out, let's do our shout outs, and then we'll let Salita take it away. I have one shout out for Melissa, because I was talking to her tonight about our team logo, and I don't think I had ever really expressed to her how much it meant to me that she just kind of took it and ran with it. And for me, that was like the time when the team really like came to be. Like, I realized that's silly because we had already chosen a name and we were already in our group and we were already doing all these things, but it was like, this is real. And she made that happen. She took so much time and effort into making the logo what it is today. And then making our tank tops and our sweatshirts. And she's got some other surprises that she's working on for me for the people going to Summit. And it's just been, she's been such a blessing. And she's such a blessing to me personally anyway. But it really made me realize in a time where I was struggling that I had my people. So I love it.
You're sweet. I need to add, I know a couple had some new tank top orders. They finally came in. So those will be made tomorrow after my 2-ball game. But those are coming out. So I know like Letty and I have one for Anna and Kate, and there's a couple of different ones. But I promise they're coming to you. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to shout out Lindsay Kennedy, because I know she was really unhappy with putting those pictures up there and putting them out there. But it's so funny, like how you don't see what other people see. It's so easy for us to look at those pictures and see the progress and see how far you've come, but you don't see it in your, like, you see yourself before all that, but that took guts. And I know you wanted to take them down, and I don't know if you ever did, but I just wanted to applaud. You didn't? Okay. I wanted to applaud you for that, because I know like that was really hard for me when I did it, and I know how hard it must have been for you, but you did it and it was awesome, and I'm proud of you. So.
I don't know if I popped on a few minutes late, so I didn't hear the beginning of the shout outs, but I wanted to shout out Jackie, because girl got up at 4 a.m. every day this week to get it done. And I know how hard that is, especially with newborns. That is amazing.
All righty. If that is it, I'm trying to watch the chat box just in case somebody is popping in. Yeah, Jackie rocks. You're getting some love there, girl. So make sure you check it out. I'm going to give it away to Salita. I hope you guys have pen and paper, because I meant what I said in my live video the other day in the team page. This has the potential to be the biggest launch that Beachbody has ever had, because it leaves nobody out. Like, it's not for the former athlete. It's not for the person who's ready to amp it up. It's not for the person who's a newbie. It's not for the person who hates cardio or needs low impact. I mean, this is literally for everybody. So I hope you have pen and paper and you are ready to learn from Salita. And when she's done, I'm going to share more about what we'll be doing with the program itself.
All right, guys. So tonight we're talking about TV mindset, and like Lindsay said, this is launching this week, and it's a big launch. And so what I've basically done is I've gone through a bunch of different information, like the coaching product trainer's guide and several videos, things like that, trying to get knit pieces for you. And I'm going to try to condense it all together and just kind of give us an overview so that we can talk about how best to use this. So first of all, what is it? So it is a video-based weight loss program that focuses on mindset. And when I first heard about this program, as a teacher, my brain automatically shifted to growth mindset and how much we've been talking about that and changing the way that students think about progress. Well, it's that, but it's for dieting, that we're really looking at the attitudes that challengers have and how people need to think differently about food and about their appetites. The reason when I heard about this, it really spoke to me, is I'm an emotional eater. Like, I'll go ahead and tell you that you give me a stressful time like the month of May, and it's like I'm expecting my diet to go out the window. It's just the way it's going to be. It's the way it always is. But I'm excited that this is coming out now to see if it can help combat some of that. So this program was created by a dietitian, Alana, and I'm not even going to try to say her last name because I know I'll butcher it. But she is actually going to be on the National Wake Up Call tomorrow. So you can hear a lot from her about this program. And so what she did is she developed this program because she herself wanted to be full and satisfied while she was trying to lose weight. So part of her journey was that through all her studies as a dietitian, she had gained so much weight. And so she went and developed this to kind of offset that. And so, of course, she'll probably talk about her story more tomorrow about losing 100 pounds with the strategies that she's giving people. So what it involves is it involves nutritional strategies that focus on internal control. And that's the big key to this, is that it's not necessarily something that we're giving people, and then if people don't want to use it, they can kind of quit. You know, with portion control containers, that's something I hear a lot, is that I have my portion control containers and they should sit on the shelf and I don't use them. Well, this is knowledge. And knowledge is something, yes, you can choose to use if you want to, but it's not something you can give away. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot of people that they can just cancel their shake because they don't want to have their shake anymore. But it's, once you have this knowledge, it's more about implementation. So the goal is that people will better understand why they eat, and therefore better understand when they need to eat, what they need to eat, and how they need to eat in order to reach their weight loss goals. So that's kind of what really makes it different. Is the trainer's guide goes into this in more details, but it's kind of like a different approach than the portion control fix, because what they've done is really they've offset the two. I know me personally, I go out to eat a lot just because that's our lifestyle, because we're always going around and doing something. And so taking my containers with me is something that I actually hate doing. If I can figure out that I can get something somewhere else so I can have more at the restaurant so I don't have to use my containers, that's what I do. But this is, you don't have to have something like that. It's not that you have to have a crutch that you're taking with you to be able to do your nutrition. Your nutrition is the choices that you're making, and not so much that you can only have so much of something. To be successful, challengers we had to have their containers with portion fixed. But To Be Mindset uses a concept called volume eating of specific foods, and those specific foods that she's going to tell us to eat more volume of have not been released yet. But what I did is I did look at volume eating and what that exactly is. And according to a lot of different dietary websites, what that is focusing on hearty, feeling, weighted vegetables. So I'm sure that probably has a lot to do with calorie intake or something like that. And I know Sarah, being a nurse, might know a little bit more about what it means by weighted. But like putting more of those in your diet and implementing more of that. So a lot of what this program seems to be focusing on is trying to get not less food in your body, but the right kinds of foods in your body. So how does it work? Challengers are given tips, strategies, and tools to be able to lose weight. There's videos that focus on cooking, shopping, how to deal with life, and temptations. They even have 5 specific videos that are just on temptations and like how to overcome those. Everything is going to be accessible through a new Beachbody Nutrition Plus app. And this app is not going to be released until June 4th. So eventually all the videos and everything will be released on this new app. But from what I can tell, that there's going to be a different website, a To Be Mindset website, that everything will be located on first until it's released on that app. And with getting the different packages, your challengers, there's the word, sorry, will have access to the app as soon as it is released. So what it looks like right now is that they get 21 videos that talk about the principles of what she's done in this program. They get 15 recipes. They get 5 videos about the struggles. They get a go-to guide. They get a 90-day tracker of like their different meals and stuff. They get a 30-ounce water bottle, and then they get the app is what they get with most of the packages. Now I'm going to try to do this, and then let's see if it'll let me do it. So I decided the best way to do this was just to show you, see if it'll let me switch tabs. No, of course not. There it is. So this you can get online, but this is all the different packages that people can get. And this is why it's important to know that this is not part of your Beachbody On Demand package. This is something separate. And so just because you have challengers that already have Beachbody On Demand, they're not going to have access to this. That's why they're like one of the options is to have your Beachbody On Demand added to it. So you like there's so many different options that you can go with your challengers. And I just wanted to kind of show you that. That is the comparison chart that's in the coach office if you want to be able to see that. The only big difference is between the first and the second is Beachbody On Demand, and the second and the third is Shakeology. Everything else is the same. Some interesting tools for coaches that they kind of have said with this for as far as promotions is that there is an actual sizzle video that you can share. And then there's also a challenge group guide, just like there is with any other program that's already available on the coach's website. One thing that I did find in the training guide that I kind of wanted to bring it back to at the end of kind of what I had to say was this quote from the manual. It says, "We still believe that the formula for success is nutrition plus fitness plus support." So this program really focuses on the nutrition piece, to the point that it even says that the exercise is considered extra credit. And so that's a way that we can really try to introduce this to people, that it's not the whole kit and caboodle. Because I think sometimes we just get people who are so overwhelmed by trying to start so many things at a time, and this is a piece. And we can get them started on this piece, and they can see results with this piece that leads them into wanting to do other things. I don't know if the app is only Apple. On Apple, I do know that that's when they said it, the June 4th date was when they said it would be released. I'm sure since they're making it, I would think since they're making it part of the package, that they would make sure that they supported multiple operating systems. But I mean, we could be surprised by that. Lindsay, I guess there would be another tab in Beachbody On Demand, but I don't know exactly how they're going to be doing that, since they did say it was going to be a separate website eventually, and that's why BOD was part of that other package. I'm trying to go through everybody's questions. Sarah, the app is supposed to have tracking for like the 90-day guide, just like any other. But as far as like how you would specifically track your nutrition, that piece hasn't been shared yet. A lot. That's the thing that's kind of interesting about this as of right now. A lot of what is being released as far as exactly what this nutrition is going to entail is not being shared. It's like locked, sealed doors. I mean, I was surprised that they even had the information in there about it's going to use volume eating, so that like maybe you can start doing some of your own research on that. But like I said, I don't understand Lindsay Kidney's comment. Sorry. Like, okay, sorry, Christy said it was only Apple. Good. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do everything. I think I've answered everybody's questions unless there's an extra one that I've missed. Any questions anybody wants to throw out there in the chat or in the they haven't so to relist that, what they say they get is that they get 21 videos that are the principles of the nutrition plan. There's 15 recipes. There are 5 videos about struggles and like how to overcome them as far as nutrition. There's a go-to guide. There is a 90-day tracker that you can keep up with how many days you've gone, a 30-ounce water bottle, and then the app is part of the program as well. Yes, Sarah, I think that's a good idea. Take it away.
Okay, so if I'm remembering correctly, volume dieting or volume, basically approaching your diet by volume it's really simple. So there are some foods that are super calorie packed, very dense for a very small amount of weight, right? So what would be something? Ice cream, I guess. So like, I ate a small little cup of ice cream today, and think of all of the calories that you have in that, and then think of the lack of nutritional value that you have in that, as opposed to vegetables. So most vegetables are primarily composed of water, and that's where the majority of your weight is going to come from with your vegetables. So in order to feel full more quickly, that's why she's having us drink water first, eat veggies first, because you're going to feel full more quickly on the veggies. And then whenever you get to this the stuff that has, I mean, of course, I think she's got it like 25% protein when you're looking at your plate. So we still want to eat protein, but you don't want to fill up on the stuff that, like, if you start eating with that other stuff, you're not going to feel full. I mean, this happens to me all the time, like, especially if you're already hungry when you start eating, you don't give it time to actually hit your stomach. And so you eat more of it than you really needed based on nutritional content. So by eating the veggies first and filling up your plate with more veggies, you're naturally going to take in less calories, but still get a pretty decent, since vegetables still have a ton of nutritional value, you're going to be getting all of that other spectrum of nutritional stuff that you need.
That makes so much sense, because I don't know if you guys saw, I got a couple images gifted to me that are from the test group. And I added them to the 2B Mindset resources, but I strictly put in the caption, do not share these publicly. Like, don't do it, because we won't get in trouble, but you're pretty much giving away the program for free if you share them. But
This is an example. Sorry. Rudy's eating. This is what not to eat first. Okay.
Did he have the Oreos first, or? But I shared a little graphic if you want to look in the 2B Mindset resources again in that album. I keep, as people are sharing things with me, I keep adding them in there. But one of them is what looks to be like what the new tracker is going to be, because apparently it's evolved a little bit even since the test group. And then one of them is a kind of like a guide for your plate. And the thing that I absolutely love about it is it even has a little blurb about Shakeology and why Shakeology is so important. Because Shakeology is that dense weight. I was taking notes while Sarah was talking, and obviously don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's not going to be that small amount with a lot of calories. It's going to give you the dense calories that and good quality stuff that you need right there in the beginning of your day. So if there are no more questions about the program itself, I want to share a little bit about what the invite process is. I've shared it a lot in the team page, and I've gone live a couple times, but I'm still getting some questions that concern me, because even today I had someone ask me if they were like, do you know that 2B Mindset launches on Wednesday? I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, someone told me it was June 4th. I was like, no. Apparently something was misconstrued, but I want to be really clear. The launch is Wednesday. It goes on sale Wednesday. May 2nd is Wednesday. But so I think we need to plan for the launch in a big way. But then if it goes bigger than we planned for, then we may need to reevaluate once we get going and potentially split up into 2 smaller groups, or maybe even 3 smaller groups, depending on how many people are in it. Because right now, Countdown to Summer has like 340 people in it, which is amazing. But we're used to running challenge groups. We know what we're doing. So we can handle large numbers right now and big amounts of volume and things like that. We're not used to doing a program like this. We've never done it before. So I don't even know how to set up the group, quite frankly. I mean, I don't know what tools are going to be given to us to be able to set up and best help our people. So it's really going to be a learning curve, which is why right now we have that Exercises Extra Credit group going, which is a free group. I'm just trying to plug in some things that are being shared. I've got another great testimonial video tomorrow to share from a girl that was in the test group who shared it with me. She had shared it in her free group and told me I was welcome to use it. If you didn't watch the one that I shared this morning, it was really good too. Really people just, talking about the fact that they were emotional eaters, and now this has really helped them to overcome that. But just trying to kind of breadcrumb a little bit here and there as we're going. And then from there, start inviting people to actually join the 2B Mindset group. So we've got like 300 something people in our free group right now where we're just breadcrumbing. So hopefully let's aim for 50% of that ends up joining the actual launch group, and we're going to call it a test group. Lindsay Wythe had that idea, and I think it's a really good idea because it gives people a little bit of a sense of urgency, like, I want to be the first to do this. I want to be in that test group. A couple things that are really important for you to remember. If people sign up as a coach when they get this, or if they're a discount coach, or you want to be in it, you get to be in the official group with Ileana. That's starting, I think, also on May 14th. Our group will be on May 14th if I haven't said that yet. But this is the way I scripted out the invite process in an image in that album, but I want to actually walk you through what I've been doing just so you can actually see how it's done. Oh, hers is actually starting the 2nd, Christy said. So the first thing I did was I posted about the program on my Facebook page. I've done it a couple times now. The last time was a real blunt call to action. Like, this is the program. This is what it's going to teach you to do. Let me know if it's something you're interested in, and I'll add you to the group. And then everybody who commented underneath it was so many people, it was overwhelming, but I finally got them all in. And what I kept doing is I just kept commenting underneath the last person that I added to the group, and I'd say, okay, you're all in now. So then I knew who else I still needed to add, because it was getting to a point where it was like I was going to spend an hour adding people to a group one day if I waited. From there, I messaged everybody in that I plugged into the group, and this is what I sent to them. And I actually took screenshots of my phone, and I'm going to put these in the comments underneath this video when I upload it to the team page. But I just said, like, hey, Yvette, I'm so excited for you to be in my exercises extra credit group. I wanted to share this video with you that shares a little bit more information on the program that we're launching on May 2nd. Let me know what you think as soon as you watch it. And then I gave the link to the video that I put in that album. Make sure you change the coach ID. And I added that in there. And then after people watched it, like this person in particular came back saying, wow, that's awesome. And I said, yeah, I think it's a real game changer. And then I went on to say, you also have some options. So Wednesday, and this is something that I just kind of brainstormed tonight, and I'm just rolling with it, and you guys can jump on board if you want to, and I'm happy to take care of the prize. You can start advertising this if you want to, and what I would do is message your people that are in there. I messaged her and said, you have some options, and Wednesday we're going to host a launch party in Exercise is Extra Credit. So anyone who actually purchases the program on Wednesday will be entered into a drawing for a box of Beach Bars. And what I did is I sent them one of the graphics. I prefer this one. That's why I sent this one with all the different transformation stories around it. I like this one. And if you don't, pick a different one. It's fine. But I like this one because it says base kit. And then the next one says most popular. And then the next one says best value. So what I've been saying to people is, if you purchase on Wednesday either the most popular or the best value package, you'll be entered to win a box of Beach Bars. Am I going to share that information about the launch party? Yes, I actually just scheduled that post, Christy, before we hopped on the team call. So I'm actually sharing that Tuesday. I think I scheduled it for like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so people know. And what I asked them to do is I made a pretty graphic, and I asked them to comment underneath as soon as they purchase. Because my hope is what's going to happen is in the group, people are going to start commenting saying, I just signed up, just did it, you know, that kind of thing. And other people are going to see all these people making the commitment, and they're going to be like, all right, if they're doing it, I'm going to do it too. I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be the guy that's in this group and doesn't make it to the next one. Like, I want to know what this is. So that's my hope for that. I think the real key to this is that you are personally messaging people. Making your posts on Facebook is wonderful. Adding them to the group is wonderful. But if all they see is me posting stuff and you're not checking in with them or connecting with them on another level, then they're just going to either stop following it, or they're just going to lose interest like they have in everything else, because they don't believe in themselves. So you have to show up and show them that you believe in them and that you truly believe this program could be different for them. And you need to be able to tell them why. So from there, we will be starting a new, I love you, Sarah. We'll be starting just a 2B mindset group. So exercise is extra credit. I don't know, maybe we can brainstorm this as a team. It doesn't need to be decided on now. Maybe we want that to be a free group that we all run together and we just continuously each month change out the theme. Because I know a lot of people keep saying we want to do themes. Well, we talk about doing a clean grilling group in May. Why don't we just turn that group into our clean grilling group instead of making a new one and having like 50,000 groups to keep up with? So there's that idea. Or we can just archive it and do away with it. But I really think that all those people that are in there showed genuine interest in something that we have to offer. And I do think it would be in our best interest to keep them plugged into something, to continue adding value to them, not just in our regular posts on social media or reaching out to them one-on-one, but keeping them in that and doing it together. Because I think that's a big thing about free groups. You spend a lot of time creating content for a 5-day thing, and it feels maybe sometimes like a waste of time. And I'm using quotes because it's never a waste of time. But if we're doing it all together, then we wouldn't feel like we're spending so much time doing that. I think that's all I wanted to share. It's just really important that you are explaining to them the difference between the options, like Salita already said, and then making sure that you're helping them connect with what's best for them. Then, this is something else I did, and I just threw this together tonight. So in my Instagram stories, I real quick put together a graphic, and it just says pre-order exercises extra credit, and I put 1 through 10 down there. And then I started putting people's names who I know who have told me they want in. And so if you want to look at my Instagram stories and kind of copy that. Now, does that mean I'm guaranteed that they're going to purchase on Wednesday? No, but they're seeing their name up there. So that's a little more accountability on their part. Like I told her I was going to do it. She's got my name on this list. I need to do it. I just need to jump in. And it's also, other people are going to see it and be like, oh man, she's only got 8 spots left. I need to get in on that. So that there's a little bit of, you need to give people a sense of urgency. That's why it's important to be calling this a test group. That's why we are only hosting the launch party, which is literally just happening in our group. And we'll celebrate the people that, maybe when you have someone purchase, you want to like shout them out in that group and just say, so excited, Sarah decided to join us in 2B Mindset. Can't wait to see all the awesomeness this does in her life, and just shout people out as it happens so that people are not only seeing the shout outs, but they're also seeing, the comments underneath that graphic. I really think we need to make this a big deal, because the problem with the majority of the people who struggle with emotional eating, myself included, I am definitely an emotional eater, is that we don't believe in ourselves. We believe that we need this in order to cope. And so we need to empower them, and we need to really stand by them and make them feel like they can do this, even though nothing else has ever worked before. So are there any questions about what I've shared, what our exercise is extra credit group is, and then what our 2B Mindset group will be? I just want to clear up any confusion before we stop recording, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Or does anyone have an idea that we should toss around? I don't know.
Okay, I have a question. I don't know if anyone knows the answer, but on May 2nd, whenever I purchase this program and start watching the videos and start learning what it's actually about, am I supposed to change, like, the secret out, or are we supposed to keep it like not smoke and mirrors, but like, are we supposed to keep the mystery around it? I mean, how much are we allowed to say? Let's say I watch all 2 hours worth of videos on Wednesday or whatever, and I want to talk about like what this actually means. Is there like a gag order or something? I don't know. Like what?
So from what I've learned from the people that were in the test group that are in the roundtable, because there's been a lot of discussion about this, because this test group has been way more locked down than any test group. They haven't been allowed to share anything. But What they've kind of said is you're allowed to share, but be careful how much you share, because if you give away the core of the program, you just gave them everything for free. Now, I don't know how many people could legit do this without Ileana's videos, and it would have to be someone who's already pretty much prepared for that. But you can share. You just want to be really careful not to give them the milk and the cow.
That was a really good question. Because
Yeah.
I had the same. Mindset group, like with group exercise to extra credit, are we gonna just like roll those in together? Are they still gonna stay separate? I'm a little confused about that. How are we gonna, what's the deal with that?
So only people who will go into the 2B mindset group are people who actually purchase 2B mindset. So if
Okay.
somebody has Beachbody on Demand, they're not in that group unless they purchase 2B mindset to add to it.
Okay.
For a second so that I can share something else. So this was something that Christy brought to my attention, because I have been specifically saying to people, if you purchase the challenge pack or the Beachbody on Demand 2B mindset Shakeology package, then you get put in for the beach bars. Now, if you have someone who already has Beachbody on Demand and is already getting Shakeology, and they purchase the $99 base kit or the upgrade, whatever that price is going to be, they can get put in for that as well. My thing is, they have to be all in. They have to be all in with at least Shakeology and 2B mindset in order to win a box of beach bars from us. That's my opinion. I feel like if we're going to spend $38 on someone, that we deserve them to be 100% in, personally. Okay. I know it's a little after 9 and we try to be really mindful of time. So I'm going to stop talking if everybody is set. Salita, I know you were really nervous about tonight, but I got a lot out of that and things that I had not heard yet. So you did wonderful. I had no idea what volume eating was, and I had no idea that that was what it was based on. So thank you so much for the research you did, because I know that took some time before the call itself. I really appreciate that. Sarah was like trying to figure out where you got your information from. Definitely make sure you guys plug into the National Wake Up Call tomorrow, because it's obviously going to be really important. It's 2 days before the launch, and it's the creator of the program. So definitely make sure you listen to that before Wednesday. And I would encourage everybody to post at least one more time about getting people into our Exercises Extra Credit group. And then I'm going to be honest, if you don't message your people that are already in there about the launch party on Wednesday, the potential to win a box of beach bars, telling them, what their options are and asking them what's best for them, and really, saying, can I add you to my pre-order form? You've probably wasted your time putting them in there. I'm just being honest. I think that going that extra step and messaging them and having that one-on-one conversation is essential to making sure that they know this is something that could really impact their life. So keep that in mind. We are here for them, even if it's time consuming. It's taken me 2 or 3 nap times to message everybody, because you can't copy and paste. Facebook will get you. But have a great night, everybody. And I will take my screenshots and upload them into the comments after I upload the team call. Good night.